Jesus, love you, Jesus loves you. Commit this to Jesus. Hopefully I don't offend him. I don't know why I'm so excited about the topic of remarriage, but I am pumped up. I am so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. This is unbelievable. I'm trying to make this short and sweet, but I am so excited. Every time I study remarriage, adultery, divorce, remarriage, whatever. Anytime I study remarriage, I get more and more excited because the more I study, the more I see how obvious. You have to study it. If you want to know it, you have to study it. It's not, all right, here's the problem. Short and sweet. The writers of the Bible, of the English Bible, they say, all right, let me just read it. Mark 10:11. And this is Jesus talking. And he said to them, whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery against her. And if she divorces her husband and marries another, she commits adultery. Okay. If they would actually translate what the Greek says, like what they're what's it actually meaning? All right, listen to this. The tense of the word seems significant. I'm reading this from, I forgot where, but anyways. The words divorce and this is from a Greek scholar. He's a scholar of Greek. This is what the Greek says. The words divorces and marries are aorist tense, while commits adultery is present tense. Professor Ed L. Miller, Philosophy, Religious Studies, University of Colorado at Boulder. The verb in question, moichatai, commits adultery, is a present tense verb and indicates an ongoing action. So it's not just if you divorce and remarry, that's committing adultery one time. You're living in continuous adultery. If anyone anywhere remarries, you're living in continuous adultery. The only thing, if I marry someone and that person dies, like, all right, if I'm not married, I get married, that person dies, then I'm free to marry a Christian who's never been divorced. But anyways, in Matthew, Mark, and like 3 other places, it says the same thing as Mark 10:11. Whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery, and if she divorces her husband and marries another, she commits adultery. This is how it should read. This is what the Greek says. I read it on another Greek specialist place, and in this guy's a Greek specialist. It says the exact same thing, that the meaning of the Greek, this is how it should read. Whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits continuous ongoing adultery. And if she divorces her husband and marries another, she is living in continuous adultery. Where do adulterers go? The lake of fire. So, ongoing continuous state of being. Anyways, back to this. I'll start over, sorry. The tense of the word seems significant. The words divorce and marries are aorist tense, while commits adultery is present tense. Professor Ed L. Miller, Philosophy, Religious Studies, University of Colorado at Boulder. The verb in question, moichatai, commits adultery, is a present tense verb and indicates an ongoing action. So, if you divorce and remarry, it's an ongoing action. It may in fact be contrasted with the 2 previous verb forms in the verse, which are aorist, or simple past tense. So divorce and marry are past tense, while commits adultery is ongoing, forever, until you get a divorce or you die and go to hell. Sorry, love you, Jesus loves you. All right, anyways. It may in fact be contrasted with the 2 previous verb forms in the verse, which are aorist or simple past tense, and indicate a past one-time action. Apoluse, divorce, and gamese, marry. I would say that the rendering keeps on committing adultery, preserves the force of the original. Personal letter to me, 1995. Professor Craig Kallendorf, Department of International Studies, Texas A&M University. Your letter of 4 October eventually made its way to me since I am now teaching the New Testament Greek course. I am trained in the Greek language as a Greek language specialist. I am trained as a Greek language specialist and not a theologian. The verb tense here does not indicate a one-time action, but a continuous state of affairs. The verb tense, he's a Greek scholar. The verb tense does not indicate a one-time action, but a continuous state of affairs. State of affairs. So if anybody's wondering, tell them to watch this video. Like it also, like I did, if you look in my playlist, there's another video, the shortest sermon on remarriage, where another Greek specialist says it's an ongoing state of affairs. Like it's, if you marry someone that's divorced, or if you get a divorce and then remarry, you're living in adultery. The only solution is to get a divorce and to live single. I am 34 years old and I've been single my whole life, and God, thanks be to God, he's helped me to be pure and to follow him. So it's possible to live a pure life. You have to get a divorce. It's just what you do with the kids, if you have kids, is in the Old Testament where they married non-Jews, they married unbelievers. God said, send your wives and their children away. So that could be what you're supposed to do. I'm not 100% about the kids thing, but I am positive that you're living in a state like adulterers is one of the, anyways, you're living in a state of adultery. Love you. I'm just excited because I didn't know this. Like yet another thing has come across my path that indicates if you really honestly want to know, like if you're living in continuous adultery, you just have to research and put it together, like pray that God will show you. Love you, Jesus loves you.